Good morning. Happy New Year. Welcome back to Bookeemonsters. My name is PK. It is Wednesday, January the 1st, 2025. Just blows your mind, doesn't it? Hope you had a good New Year's Eve. We did the sprinting until midnight Eastern time. I thought that was pretty fun. I read for a little bit after that and then went to bed. And then, of course, every hour, my time, it was 10 o'clock when we ended, and at midnight, oh my gosh, and at 11, because everybody celebrates every hour. We had fireworks like it was 4th of July, only probably worse. It was just crazy. But we are in a new year. Good morning, Cajun. Happy New Year. Good morning, everyone. Still woke up at 5, but was able to go back to sleep until 7. Nice. I woke up at 6 and walked to Keo, but I'm going to go back to bed after this. Steve's cold is getting me. So I woke up at 6 because I had a gusher, and I don't want to get sick. No fun. But we do have some books to look at today. Quick announcements. I don't have any sprints tonight. I don't know if anybody is on Wednesday or any time during the day. I forgot. I haven't looked. So if anybody does know, just let us know in the comments. Otherwise, you're free from to explore YouTube. That's probably what I'm going to do today. I'm going to read. I'm going to nap. I'm going to watch some YouTube. Surprisingly, the fireworks didn't last too long. Oh, I don't know why it became such a huge thing these days. It used to be just, oh, 1 or 2, and then it's just a huge 4th of July explosion. Oh, thank you very much. Lots of OJ and rest. Indeed. Emily, good morning. I've been up since 5. Everybody's getting up at 5. Currently working on decluttering my closet. You're such a good person. I admire you. Good morning, Mary. Happy New Year. Woke up late, so it was nice you weren't on. Usually, yeah, I decided we could sleep in for a little bit. I know. I forgot about that. And I let her know that I'd be popping in after. I was just wanting a couple extra hours of sleep, but not too late, because after I walk Keo, I usually go back to bed. So, Cajun says, morning, Happy New Year. All right, so let's take a look at a romance. The pickings are better than last week, but they are still a little bit sparse until next week. So I had to dig deep into Amazon. So as these get on, they get a little bit more raunchy. Heads up. But this is a new one by Linda Lael Miller. I did check. Where the Creek Bends, I think, is a standalone. Madison Betancourt has tried to assemble all the pieces of a perfect life, but nothing fits quite the way it should. She's moved back home to Montana to care for her grandmother, who is slipping further and further away, and she's called off her wedding and worries her dreams of a family are fading with it. As Madison rattles around her family home, childhood memories come flooding back. Bliss Morgan transformed 8-year-old Madison with her loyalty, and for a while the two girls were as close as can be. But Madison never understood why Bliss suddenly vanished, leaving only a friendship bracelet and a message etched into a matchbook. Before she can begin again, Madison must uncover what happened to Bliss, and Liam McKettrick, a widowed dad trying to repair his relationship with his 2 children, becomes her unlikely ally. He too understands the pang of regret. Yet there are mysteries that Madison hesitates to explore with anyone, and strange energies in Betancourt Hall that blur the lines between past and present. And it gives you the tropes. Second chances, family drama, small town settings. And who you could also, the read-alikes. I hate that they do that. I get why they do that, but I don't like that they do that. Training the Heart by Paisley Hope. A Silver Pines novel. Silver Pines Ranch series. Cowboy romance, grumpy, sunshine, blah. Wade Ashby Ashby doesn't let anyone in. With the death of his father and his failed marriage, plus the weight of the family business on his shoulders, Wade has plenty to deal with. He thrives on being the one constant and steady thing in his family's life and on their ranch, Silver Pines. Ivy Spencer knows two things for certain. Animals make better friends than people, and she can only count on herself. After a turbulent childhood and a string of bad luck since, Ivy is excited to start fresh at Silver Pines Ranch and live out her dream of training a racehorse en route to the Kentucky Derby. Wade needs help on the ranch, but with two entirely different views on how to train his star horse, it makes absolutely no sense why he allows her to stay on. She's chaos and he's control, but it doesn't take long for the levee to break and their passion to ignite. And that saddle is purple. I would have a problem with that right there too. And it's probably the wrong kind of saddle for a racehorse. I don't know that, but I would assume so. Better Than Revenge by Casey West. 17-year-old Finley has only ever had one goal: to become a famous podcaster. This includes coming up with the perfect pitch to land on her school's podcast team. But when her football-obsessed boyfriend, Jensen, decides to also try out and uses her idea, she's left confused and betrayed. Determined to get back at him, Finley and her friends try to find the perfect revenge scheme, but quickly discover that Jensen is almost impossible to best. Keyword almost. By chance, Finley discovers a knack for kicking and decides to take Jensen's spot on the football team. To help her train, she recruits Jensen's cute but conceited nemesis, Theo. Soon the two discover that their connections run deeper than football, but Finley can't let herself get distracted, and Theo has secrets of his own. Is true love really better than the perfect revenge? And the additional question, can you find true love when you're 17? No. Doubtful. Oh well. Maisie Yates has a new one. I did check. This is a new one. Happy After All. Now, purple is my favorite color, but no, not on a saddle. Indeed. I'd probably say the same thing about a green saddle. No. A city girl leaves her life behind in LA to start over in a small town. It's a cliche, but it's also Amelia Taylor's life, and her new life as a romance novelist and motelier is going great until Nathan Hart checks in. Of course, he's disastrously handsome, thoroughly disagreeable, and seems to be set against Amelia on sight. Of course, there's smoldering tension between them that can't be ignored. The emphasis is theirs. It's on their side. They'd make the perfect enemies to lovers story. It's one of Amelia's favorite tropes. But the man in room 32 seems genuinely broken, and it's going to take more than romance tropes and wishful thinking to get past his wounds. As a tentative friendship grows into a deeper connection, Amelia and Nathan both realize that facing each other's painful secrets takes courage. Do they dare take the risk and hope it ends happily after all? I like the title. I like green, but I don't think I like the background. End of row one. Treasure Coast Legacy, Emerald Bay, book number 6 by Lee Duncan. For nearly a year, Belle and her cousins have poured their hearts and souls and every spare dime into restoring the Dane Crown Inn to its former glory. As they stripped peeling paint from walls and repaired the damaged floors, the women uncovered not just the charm of the inn, but also the deep, unbreakable bond they shared as teenagers when they spent every summer keeping the inn's suite spotless and enjoying the gorgeous beach as a tight-knit family. Now it's time to fulfill Aunt Margaret's final wish and host one last Dane family reunion at the inn that once again lives up to its reputation as the gem of Florida's Treasure Coast. Finally, preparations are complete for a weekend filled with family traditions. There will be horseshoes and croquet matches, fun treasure hunts, and a talent show, a sing-along, and even a wedding, all in celebration of the love and history their family has shared with the inn. But as assorted aunts and uncles and cousins once removed descend on the tiny beachside community of Emerald Bay, the Dane family's legacy hangs in the balance. At the conclusion of the reunion, Margaret intends to plant a for sale sign in the yard. before she does, one important question remains. If the Dane Crown Inn is the linchpin that holds their family together, how much are Belle, Kim, Diane, and the rest willing to sacrifice in order to keep it? I'd bet they keep it. All right, now we're getting into the shirtless dudes. Primal, Wolf Ranch, book number 7 by Renee Rose and Vanessa Vale. Pack rule number 7, pack secrets must be kept. I'm supposed to erase her memory, not claim her. My son's date knows too much. The most important rule of the pack has been broken. She's seen him shift. The alpha orders me to make her forget, but one hint of her scent, and I know the truth. This human is mine. Riley's half my age. She has her whole life in front of her. If I claim her, I lock her into a fate she never even imagined. Besides, she thinks I'm a player, only out for one thing. I should stay away, should let her go. But Riley is too sweet, too beautiful, and far too mine. And it was your son's date. Now she's caught between our two worlds. One side thinks we should steer clear of each other. The other wants a forever bond. Either way, she'll suffer the consequences. She doesn't understand the bond between us, but I can protect her without it. When danger comes for her, she has to trust me to keep her safe. The wolf who was born to be hers. Not my cuppa, but it is somebody's cuppa. Forbidden Dreams, second in the Dream series by Natasha Madison. When the single mom moves in next door, it's your enemy's soon-to-be ex-wife. Lines are drawn, and I have to remember not to cross them. Brady. For once, my life was calm. Behind us was the threat our distillery was going to be shut down. Now we could focus on growing our brand exactly the way I dreamed of doing it when I took over. Nothing was going to stop me until she moved in next door. My enemy's wife with her 7-year-old son. I don't need this right now, but everything inside me pulled me toward her, even offering her a job. Little did I know, again, I was starting a war. However, I'm ready for it this time. Harmony. It was no secret my husband had a wandering eye. Leaving him shouldn't have been a shock to anyone. For Winston, it was more about failing at something that got under his skin. Besides, he had to make his parents happy, which means he's going to make my life unhappy. When the pounding starts at my door one night, I'm ready to ignore it until the stranger next door comes to our aid. He's everything you want in a man. I know I shouldn't involve anyone else in my life, but maybe it's time for me to see what dreams are made of. And somehow they're in the ocean with clothes on. Getting wet. Oh, this guy lost his shirt too. I love that title, Primal. War, Boston Bolts Hockey, third in this series by Brittany Nicole. I've never been a good bet. I wear my emotions on my tattoo-covered sleeve. I say all the wrong things, and I revel in pissing off a certain redhead far more than I should. In other words, I'm the last person the court would choose to parent any child, let alone 3 of them. Yet being their father is all I want. So when the woman I love to hate offers to help make all my dreams come true, I jump at the chance. Marrying Ava is a convenient solution. She's my kid's favorite person, and the court will absolutely approve of the woman who runs the biggest charity in Boston. But there is nothing convenient about the way I feel when she fights with me or when we kiss, and I'm not sure which I enjoy more. This marriage may have a time limit, but I'm beginning to think I'd like to keep my wife. She'll probably fight me on it, but as they say, all's fair in love and war. You know, hockey players don't really look like that. I watch hockey. They don't really look like that. End of row 2. Sorry. Nose is running. Darn, Steve's cold. What do you mean, page not found? Well, Sinful Night with a Scot. We'll see about that. Nope. They took it off the market. Interesting. Did we do this one? I don't think so. Okay, Rosanna's. Oh. Oh. Oh, poor Rosanna. Shoot. And she's a trooper. She's doing the show. Oh. Keisha, that's horrible. I know I don't know her, but give her my condolences, please. Yeah, she's a nice lady. She does beading. She's in on the other side of Montana, and her name is Rosanna. Her channel's In Rosa's Garden. And she's filling in for somebody who this isn't her usual time. So she really didn't have to do this show, but she's doing it. What? Oh. Ransom by Jenna Miles, 10th in the Brash Brothers. I do like a man on a beard. And see, he has a shirt on, and it's sexy. My sole focus for the last 25 years has been taking care of my brothers and building a strong, unbreakable family. Now they've all found the woman they want to spend their life with. I should be thrilled. It's exactly what I wanted, except it's exposed the big gaping hole in my life. The same hole I put there 25 years ago when I destroyed the love of my life. I blew things up. It doesn't matter why I did it. The end result is the same. She hates me and always will. I can't even blame her. But I've never forgotten her, and in the time we've been apart, I've only grown more certain. She's it for me. I'm always the man with a plan. I'm the big picture guy. But when I jump in my car and end up in her small town, the only plan I can come back with is get Blair back, no matter what. Now I just have to hope that she doesn't beat me to death with a wrench before I can apologize. It sounds like there's some humor there too. The One by Marnie Mann, 5th in the Spade Hotel series. You notice the sentences are getting shorter and shorter? They call me insensitive. They call me uncaring. I'm a raging alpha hole 99% of the time, but no one really knows Rhett Cole at all. Memories are my currency. Regret is my drink of choice. I'm not the guy who didn't care. I'm the guy who only cared about her. Lainey Taylor. My reason, my why, my one. The woman I've been in love with since my freshman year of high school. Okay, that's scary. Love so strong that I had her name inked on my body when I was 18. She was my fairy tale, my happily ever after, until I ruined everything, until she looked me in the face and told me she never wanted to see me again. That's the day my life lost all meaning. 15 years. Well, dude, you need a life. 15 years later, she's back, and my dead heart begins to beat again. Every story has a villain. I've held that title for too long. When the story is revealed, will I win back the one? Okay, no, that's really too creepy. That's not love. That's obsession. And I don't mean like the I'm obsessed that the younger generation says. Never Bargain with the Boss by Lauren Landish, 5th in the Never Say Never series. Grumpy single dad? Me. Sassy nanny with a past? Her. And a too smart for her own good preteen? That will be my beloved daughter. Why does your preteen daughter need a name? Okay, being a single dad isn't easy. Neither is running a billion-dollar company. Parenting is definitely harder, but I've been doing just fine. At least that's what I keep telling myself. And then another nanny quits. I'm not asking for much, just someone to help manage our carefully planned schedule, put up with my surliness, and not run away from the challenge my 12-year-old daughter presents. Sounds easy enough, right? Apparently not. Until Riley Stefano shows up. She's nothing like my other nannies. Pink hair, wrists full of oversized bracelets, and a personality as loud as her wardrobe. Not exactly the picture of order and professionalism I prefer. She's chaotic and carefree while I'm cursing the sun for daring to rise each day. But Grace loves her, and as much as I hate to admit it, Riley's good at what she does. She fits into our little family better than I would have thought possible. It should be perfect. There's just one problem. Riley. She has a way of breaking down walls I've spent years building, bringing up a past I'd rather leave buried, and making me feel things I have no right to. But with her right down the hall, it's impossible to stay away. And the more time we spend together, the harder it gets to remember why I swore I'd never risk my heart again. Says it can be read as a standalone. It is a full-length romance with a happily ever after. End of that row. One more to go. Oh, I have a sneeze. Undeniably Married by Jay Salmon, and maybe Julia Salmon is the real name there. Okay, weird. Fourth in the Boston's Irresistible Billionaires. The last thing I expected when I ran out on my wedding was to wake up in Vegas married to Mason Reyes, the cocky, gorgeous, and much younger NFL quarterback for the Boston Rebels. I've always been a smart, responsible doctor, the good girl, and yet here I am with a drunken photo of our nuptials leaked and spreading like wildfire. Considering my ex is his former teammate, it's as bad as it gets. Mason says the only way to save face and avoid further scandal is to move in with him and stay married for 3 months. After that, he promises we can talk annulments. Reluctantly, I agree. It's only 3 months, and I've put us in a strict no-sex zone. For a while, the plan seems to work. The press moves on. My ex starts to get the picture that it's over, and we're on our way toward the finish line of this marriage being done. I even managed to ignore the way my body reacts when he calls me my wife. That is until two things happen that completely derail everything. One, our no-sex zone flies out the window in a tangle of hot, sweaty limbs and filthy, whispered words. And two, the stick shines with one bold word. Pregnant. Protection? Anybody? Well, we didn't plan on falling in bed. Well, don't care. You should be on birth control. Well, that is all the time we have today, and that's all the books, so it timed out kind of good there. Cage, I wonder if the book is told in choppy sentences. That's what I'm suspecting, you know? Maybe that guy looks scary to me, but watching on my phone, so maybe he's better in a larger screen. No, I think they're scary. All right. Oh, maybe she was and also took antibiotics. Oh, gotcha. Okay, thank you very much. So tomorrow we will be back for fantasy and science fiction. If there are not enough of those, we will do some more of the cozy mysteries. Have a good New Year's Day. Do things that make you happy. If it's reading, if it's cleaning out, decluttering your closet. Hope everyone has a good day. Indeed. So happy New Year. Thanks so much. Thank you. And a hot toddy. That sounds good too. All right. Thank you so much. And thank you guys for supporting my channel. It's so fun to do this. I love seeing what the new books are, but I love our community even more. Happy New Year to everyone. Closet is decluttered. Have some purses and totes to post on Facebook Marketplace. Cool. Look at you go. You are very inspirational. I don't think I'll do it today, but I am inspired. All right, everybody. Have a good day. And as the banner says here, don't be a bookworm, be a bookie monster. Nom nom nom. Have a good day. God bless.